Do you like basketball? Basketball, no. I like, but I'm not good at. Yes, I'm not.
Me too.
Hello.
To them or me? Huh?
It's the royal hello. To whoever
Like the
wants.
fuck? Who is he fucking talking to?
Oh, okay. It's to them then. Fuck you. All right. Hello, guys. We're having a one-sided podcast today. I'm not talking to my dickhead co-host. I'm your host Jack, aka Jokic Joestar. That guy over on the other side of the screen, the wrong side of the screen, the world infamous Pablo Escobar. Pablo, not that I care, but how are you doing today?
I've been listening to. So Ben Taylor put out another episode of his
Okay.
Greatest Peaks since 2001 episode, and this episode covered James Harden and Ginobili, and he had Ginobili above James Harden.
That's such a Ben Taylor. That's such a Ben Taylor pick. Respect. Hey, respect. I don't know. I don't know. It's like the opposite of Charlie Kirk, but like we're around on the other side where it's like I don't know enough to dispute that, but it feels wrong.
Well, it's kind of a simple argument. Number one, Harden, not the same guy in the playoffs. Like he falls off pretty hardcore. Ginobili, so that had a lot of good playoff runs. Ginobili, Ben Taylor said he thinks he might be the most underrated defender of his era.
Ooh, okay.
So he's got the defensive edge there, and oh shoot, my alarm. Yeah. So and like when you do like if you gave Ginobili more responsibility, I think he pulled out some.
When
stat,
you do the Mamukelashvili per 36, Ginobili looks sick as hell.
per 75 possessions.
Yeah, no. Shout out to Ginobili, very good. And there is certainly Harden. I'm fine with that because I don't give a fuck about Harden. Harden is not somebody that like emotionally I was ever invested in, even to the extent that you were, where you were like, well, somebody's got
real hatred in my
someone's got to beat. Oh wait, were you like, I want the Warriors to beat the Rockets?
Yeah, I was like, do not let these guys win.
Okay,
I hate these guys. No.
Yeah, see, no, I was like a very diluted kind of that stance where it was bad. But, like, everything was bad. And so it was like, okay, well, this is just, like, a unique kind of thing. Like, everything that could feasibly go down this season is just, like, something that I wouldn't want to see happen. And this is just unique in the way it would go down. And so, yeah, I never gave a fuck that Harden really never got over the hill or whatever. And certainly, I mean, especially, like, it's one thing to do, like, well, in playoffs, he's bad. But it's crazy, like, how the series advance, and it's just like straight up game 2 he was great, game 6 this is the worst player I've ever seen in my life, game 7 he died.
Well, they said game 1 apparently he's always really good. I don't know, but they said regular season and game 1 James Harden's awesome. And
the one that sticks out in my mind is the Philly run where they played the Celtics and Embiid was out in game 1 and Harden had like 42 points and stole game 1 in Boston. And it was like, oh my God, this is the year. It's different this year. And then the next like 5 games were so bad that even a fan base accustomed to like Embiid postseasons were like, dude, you cannot be serious right now. This is fucking insane.
It is kind of funny. So fascism is coming back, Hitler's back, and James Harden's coming back a little bit too. I see a lot of clips posted like he was so unstoppable. Look how they had to guard him with their hands behind their backs. And
it was so fun for everyone.
Yeah, and that was on the Thinking Basketball podcast. Cody brought that up, and Ben was like, well, wait. Tell them why they were guarding him like that. Tell them why they had to do that. And he's like, It was because he was getting unfair fouls, and it's like, yep, the rules have changed since then.
Yes. I mean, it is hilarious to imply this guy was so good they had to guard him like that. But no one else has ever been guarded like that in the history of basketball. So kind of, by extension, you're implying he's the best player in the history of the NBA because he's the only guy people have ever had to guard with their hands behind their backs.
Yeah, and it's like what there's no other explanation. Like that's not an advantageous position. I guess like going behind him is like, well, we're stopping the step back. He literally can't step back if I'm back here, but outside of that it's like and also I guess that defense did work. Like I guess his stats went way down when teams did that to him.
Yeah.
And so he was just a very regimented player, and so he was kind of easy to contain, and when you just force him into certain situations, which is outside of the ones he's always in.
It's crazy, it's crazy that a guy who can switch between scoring and playmaking so easily, it's him. And it's like LeBron and Jokic and maybe a few others who can like really actively switch depending on who's the floor between like, all right, I'm going to pass first and I'm going to get like this other elite guy I have with me set up to score. Or when it's just me, I'm going to look to get my own points or whatever. It's crazy that a guy who does it at legitimately an all-time level just completely disappears in the postseason. Like you feel like that would insulate him a little bit. And I know some people are going to pull up like his stats in the playoffs don't look as bad as kind of like the air around. Like someone listening to this podcast who had never seen James Harden in the postseason opens up his basketball reference page. They probably think we're like insane haters or something. When really it's like a combination of big time letdowns. Yeah, like key moments just being like, holy shit, we just saw you be like the best player in the world for 80 games and now you're nothing.
They also brought up how I guess the Rockets when Chris Paul was there were better with Chris Paul and no James Harden than they were James Harden and no Chris Paul. And like there were data points that said like Chris Paul was better than him and something like that. And they were like Ben Taylor was like, this is one of the most important data points in the history of basketball, or like one of the most fascinating ones, because it is just like how much is it the system and everything, and it's like and that's another part of Harden, or well, I guess that was kind of both of them. Is like they both. Ooh, voice crack.
Wow,
They both.
That's what a Harden. That's what a Harden hater sounds like. It's like a little teenage boy.
They both drop off a little bit without the ball, but so it was. I was going through who's gonna be in the top 25, because I saw someone say like Duncan will be in there, and I was like, oh crap, I forgot 2001. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of who's gonna be left out of this list, and so the list started with Jason Kidd.
Okay.
Then it was Jason Tatum, a pair of Jasons.
Okay.
And
I know which one I'm taking.
Then we got Draymond, and then we got Dwight, and then we got Ginobili and Harden. So that's what we're at. So then we have 19 names to fill, and there's a very interesting spot that I wonder where it's gonna go. So going down the list, we'll go from the top.
Okay.
LeBron, he's gonna be there.
Yes.
Steph will be there. Shaq, since 2001, he's got to be there, right?
Is that the cutoff? So like Michael Jordan won't be here?
No, 01 since 2001.
Okay. Yeah. So LeBron will be here. Steph will be here. Shaq will be here. Yeah. Keep going.
Duncan will be here. KD will be here.
Okay.
Kawhi will be here. Giannis will be here. Jokic, Dirk, Nash, Paul, Kobe, KG, Dwayne Wade, Anthony Davis, Shea, and then there's these last three spots.
So we're at for the audio only listeners, we're at 17 names that Pablo just rattled off for a 19 spots.
So Joel Embiid, I think he's got to name him, right? Like, there's no way he's not there.
Yeah, it would like that. Especially a guy like Ben Taylor. Like if he was more true hooper pilled or something and could like really lean on like contextless playoff disappointments or whatever, maybe I would see him argue that. But Embiid, the peaks Embiid hits when he's at his best are like an advanced stat, guys. That's like it's the perfect player.
Luka is probably here, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then this last spot, I was thinking about it, and I think the common answer, people came up with the same name that I did, but it seems kind of weird, and that name is Tracy McGrady. And because it seems like...
Is this single season?
I don't remember.
Okay. I mean, it's fine. It's fine.
It might be, because they focused a lot on the season where Draymond made three-pointers. So, in 2016. But Tracy McGrady, it doesn't seem like Ben really would have him above any of the guys that he's mentioned already. And because like the focus in on James Harden's playoff failures, Tracy McGrady famously had a lot of playoff failures. Maybe he played better individually, and if there's an episode about him, like that'll cover that. But still, it would be a little surprising. But they did an honorable mentions episode, and they didn't bring him up at all. They did bring up Vince Carter in that one. So,
okay.
What do you have his numbers pulled up?
So okay, this is from age 21 to 25. 4 straight first round exits for the Orlando. It's Orlando, and then it's his first playoff appearance in Houston as well. He is 32, 7 and 6 on 45, 34, 79 shooting splits individually, which I'm sure he goes to 2 game 7s here. Mm-hmm. I imagine there's like a lot of stuff. I know he blew a 3-1 lead in one of these to the Pistons. That was like the first one that Doc Rivers was a part of, I'm pretty sure. And so like I literally just got done saying, well, James Harden's stats, they'll probably look pretty good if you don't remember exactly what happened in all of the big playoff moments. And you can apply that to McGrady as well. I will say, at a glance, especially in the dead ball 2000s, these stats look markedly better. Like, this is still an extremely high-level scorer who's playmaking at a pretty solid clip. It's like a 2-to-1 assist-to-turnover ratio, 6 to like 3.3. But... yeah, the box score stuff here, at least, looks a little bit better than James Harden's. You know what? Fuck it. Let me pull up what James Harden was cooking with at his prime during the playoffs. But you keep talking.
But, yeah, I mean, I would be very interested in the episode they do on him, because he's never done a video on Tracy McGrady, and so that's a guy. Obviously, I haven't gone back and watched 82 games of Tracy McGrady, but it would be crazy if there was like an actual like legit explanation for if he actually was just unlucky every single year, because it seems unfathomable that a guy can never win a first-round playoff series, can never get his team to the second round, and still be one of the best players in the league. But then I started thinking, what if it's not Tracy McGrady? Who else could it possibly be? And I thought, what if they pull a cheeky Paul George? I think people would be very upset.
Did you list Paul Pierce at all?
He was honorable mention.
Okay.
They discussed.
Yeah. Well, Paul George, I think you could make a similar argument with McGrady. It's different because like he's a worse scorer outside of the one OKC season. But obviously like way better on defense and stuff. And then him, you could definitely argue like luck and health in the postseason. There's a few moments where he does straight up just come up short, be it in like the bubble against the Nuggets or whatever, or even that series against the Jazz was awful for his PR when him and Joe Ingles were going at it, and like Ingles was like getting the best of him and stuff, and then that at least you had like Westbrook and rookie Donovan Mitchell, and so it was like this huge kind of, there was like so many things maybe taking away a little bit from the Paul George downfall. But yeah, I could see Paul George being there. Or
any chance? Oh, who are you gonna say? Oh,
no, I'm just
Tracy.
thinking also Tracy McGrady. Like, they're very close to me and similar players.
And like anyone else, like, is there a chance like we get a surprise Ray Allen somehow? I don't know, because it would feel weird to have. Yeah. It would feel weird to have him above Harden, honestly.
I don't.
But I don't know.
Yeah, to me, and Ginobili was one ahead of Harden or behind Harden?
Ahead of Harden.
Okay, I feel like that's gonna be the only real case of that, where it's like, all-star level guy and we project him up higher. Although, like, that's not what Ray Allen is, but yeah, I just
2001 Ray Allen in Milwaukee in the playoffs, he played 18 games, I think. 25 points a game, 6 assists. I can't see rebounds because I'm all right. 4 rebounds on 61% true shooting. 48% 3-point shooting this playoffs on 6.6 attempts. I wonder if we maybe get a cheeky Ray Allen in here. I don't know.
I cannot imagine that would happen. I do love looking back at that conference finals, Bucks Sixers with like 0-1 Iverson. What do you think Allen Iverson's splits were in that Eastern Conference Finals?
Oh God, probably 45 points a game on 48 shots or something.
So he was 30.5 points per game, and he only played 6 games. I think he got hurt maybe, or like he was a little banged up. I can't remember exactly. So 30.5 points and 7 assists on a Sixers team that averaged 90 total points in this series. So he's responsible for like 50% of their entire offense, 34% from the field, 33% from 3, 78% from the line. But, oh my God, back-to-back games to close it out. Game 6, he had 46, and Game 7, he had 44.
How honestly, God, they're lucky they had someone like him who played in this disgusting era and did crazy stuff but made it look cool. Like, I can't imagine having to suffer through 2000s basketball even more. But yeah, is there any cheeky Pau Gasol? Probably not.
I would love it. I mean, it'd be sick, but I think he would be. Yeah, the problem is we're already like very firmly in MVP territory. Or even like peak Dwight was like second in MVP. And Powell was just like, he's like an 8th in MVP voting kind of guy. He just doesn't really break into that tier.
Yeah, and like we know it won't be like Rudy Gobert because they already talked Dwight Draymond, and there's no way he's better than them.
That would be crazy if he not only beat out those two, but he beat out James Harden as well, and they're like coming in right after Ginobili, Rudy Gobert.
Yeah, and like probably not Chris Bosh.
No, I can't imagine. It would have Paul George or Tracy McGrady, I guess. It would really have to be somebody who like was very close to an MVP at some point. Did you say Chris Paul on your list?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And they already said that they're going to have him higher than James Harden because they talked about him in the episode.
All right. Have you been seeing my Twitter's been filled with these 40U football videos. Have you seen them?
Yeah, I've seen some on TikTok, but I'm not like locked into lore or anything. But I mean, I don't know
the lore. I guess it's in Atlanta, or at least some of these leagues are in Atlanta, and it's just straight up old guys living the glory days, like 27, 29, 32, 40-year-olds playing full pad, full tackle football on the weekends.
That should be illegal. That's the only videos I see. Like Unc got knocked out.
Got knocked out. You have to go to work tomorrow. You just got fucking leveled on like the wide receiver came and leveled you at 80 miles an hour, and now you can't walk straight. You have to get on the forklift at 5 a.m. Yeah, I don't know. Because I was thinking, we talked about that with pickup basketball, where it's like fights in pickup basketball way scarier than fights in even in the NBA, but like fights in a college game or something. The stakes, the guys just have so much to lose in like real basketball, as opposed to pickup. People don't care. Like they will straight up fight you or like pull a knife or a gun or whatever. Football, that would scare me even more because like I don't know, someone blindsides you, you're just like done. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, it's just not worth it. I can't like I think I wonder if they get more CTE because they're older, or if they get less CTE because they don't hit as hard. But
I don't
either
know.
way, they're getting some CTE in there. I would imagine.
Yeah, that would piss me off too. It's like imagine you're like 7 years old and your dad gets back into football, and then you're 12 years old and he's like way meaner and angrier because he's just been going hard as shit
And
with
he's a
the
little
helmet on.
tilted.
Yeah. I have a very clear memory. This was not because my friend's dad played 40U football. I think it's because he was quitting dip at the time. He used to like dip tobacco a
Oh.
lot, and we were hanging out at his house, and he was already like on edge because he hadn't had tobacco in a couple days,
Maybe he
and
was in the war.
I guess yeah I would light off firecrackers and he would pee his pants, and that's how I got my kicks back in the day. No, he was installing a window, and I was like watching him drill it in, and I just saw his hand slip, and the entire thing, cracks just shot up the whole, like it shattered immediately, and he got really pissed off, and so that's what happens if you play 40U football, I guess.
I'd be so mad too. Because how much is a window?
$100,000.
Oh my god, I'd be ruined. I'd be absolutely ruined.
I mean, back in the day, if you're like a peasant, a mirror you'd have to like your entire family wouldn't be worth one mirror.
I don't. When did they have mirrors? They could have. They might have just been going down to the creek and
Let me
looking in the
Google this.
reflection.
When were mirrors invented?
When were mirrors commonplace?
When were mirrors commonplace? Let's get that. Around the 18th and early 19th centuries. Do we want to do AI overview or Reddit from 2013?
Reddit, but because the overview is gonna say, oh, let me take 27% of what these guys are saying, combine it with seven other websites, and make up something brand new.
Okay. God, this guy's annoying. This one starts off because the question. All right, I guess it's not the question is, when did mirrors become readily available? How did people see themselves before they were around? And the first response is, people have always been able to see themselves. While looking at water might not give the clearest picture, and it's like, obviously, I'm asking when there's a shiny piece of glass in front of you. Glass mirrors rose in the 1st century AD. They would do this by putting glass over gold leaf or molten lead.
Glass AD? Glass AD?
Glass AD. Glass AD. Like Anthony Davis. Someone should show this to Nico Harrison. Maybe he'd reconsider. Yeah, I don't know. So they're pretty fucking old, I guess. What 6,000 BCE is what they say.
Okay. I probably wouldn't have blown. I wouldn't have blown my coins on that. I would have said, I got the river. I don't need it.
Yeah, that's like the upgrading your phone of 6,000 BCE. Is like, yo, this one has wireless charging, and it's like, I got the river. I'll just wait. I'll just wait for this puddle to settle down, and I'll be able to see myself in it.
I'm on iPhone SE, so I'm living out that life. I'm waiting till Apple, then they force me to update, and then it's like, oh wow, my phone just happened to get a lot. Or the last update I did, my phone gets so hot now, like all the time. They're trying to kill me. They are installing literal viruses.
And it's so funny how like back in the day, I remember I had like when I had my iPod Touch and I would update it and that would happen, I would be like, yo, this doesn't make any sense. They just installed, like, it's supposed to be more efficient and better now. And now when they prompt me to update it, I'm like, I know that's poison in there.
Yeah.
I know that's full of knives for my phone's microchips.
Come on, let me in. Let me
Let me
in.
in. Just click accept. I'll do it while you're asleep tonight. It's totally
Yeah.
fine.
It's okay. Just consent now. I'll do it later when you're
We'll
asleep.
do it later. And then you wake up and your phone, you have to like hand crank it to start it now. It's like, okay, well, this doesn't do anything for me.
Luckily, my storage is so bad that they're like, okay, we can't even force it on this guy.
The other day, my storage was so bad that I was trying to take a screenshot, and it was like, we can't. There's no more. Quit asking.
Do you have it where when your storage is low, TikTok is like, I can't remember anything you just did. Like you like it'll TikTok will crash, and then like if you put like text, like as soon as you save it, the text will just disappear, and it's like I can't hold that text. You got to do the text and then post that.
See, what happens to mine is like I'll close the app and I'll reopen it, and it'll act like I just downloaded TikTok. It'll be like,
Yeah.
Welcome to TikTok. What are you interested in? And it's like sports, entertainment, gaming, comedy. And then I'll swipe up and it'll immediately like take me back to my page. But it'll be like, dude, I was just here. How do you not remember me?
Speaking of TikTok, I finally got in the rip-off pipeline. There's
saw
multiple accounts stealing my stuff. He got 400,000 views. It's crazy. I can't believe how much they have harassed me over the course of my career. Where every video I upload, they say you're stealing this, and then these guys, all it takes. He better not be making money off that.
Is he over 10K followers?
He is.
He's making money.
They gotta tag that and be like, that's not creative.
I saw one. They took our Kyrie Dean Wade clip, and they like green screened an office in behind us, and then they just posted it.
Really? Did it do well?
No, it had 0 views, 0 likes, 0 comments.
No. Did they keep in the name of the podcast?
No. So we got nothing out of that. All right, and that was the trailer for this week's Patreon episode of the State of the League podcast. You can go to patreon.com/State of the League to find this episode, plus every other one we've ever put up on there. Join a Discord and get access to a bunch of different fun perks, as well as supporting me, Jack, Jokic Joe Star, as well as Pablo Escobar financially. So thank you very much. Go check that out, please, and thank you.